Greetings, listeners. I am your host this evening, Zach Barrett, and welcome to this Twisted Gear Studios production. You are about to listen to The Call, our Call of Cthulhu actual playcast GM'd by Derek Snow. The previous report from our investigators. Upon learning of the public awareness of supposed Gullet and the military's occupation of the area, as well as their manhunt for anyone said to have been in the area, the team moves slowly. Gathering materials from the manor, they proceed up the road and to the gate of the Church of Contemplation.
Okay, so you're all in the Packard Twin 6, and you're heading toward, finally, the Chapel of Contemplation. Nice investigation, trying to figure out as much as you could before you head there. Sun is going down.
Of course it is.
As you have the address on the outskirts. It does, Althea, it does take you a while for some reason. Just driving around, even knowing the location and everything else. As you do finally pull up, and it's basically this stone wall curved all around in this industrial area on the outskirts with like warehouses on either side. And as you just pull up to the curb, you can see just off to the side, there's a large archway with looks to be a rusted gate there. And it's like a wall completely around 10 feet high, completely surrounding. And there's a little plaque there that has the number for this address.
That's just rusted gate, you said?
Yeah, there's a rusted gate. You're all still in the Packard. This is just you pulling up, and you think this is it.
Doesn't look like there's this giant monastery behind it or whatever.
No, I think we're in the right place.
I don't see any like steeples or anything like that. Like,
no, you're really close to the wall though.
oh, close to the wall.
Well,
Yeah. Okay. So you're pulling up. Let's say you pull up to the curb, and maybe 5 to 10 feet away from you is where the stone wall starts. The closer you are,
Right. That's right.
the less you can see.
That's right.
Plus, it's also getting dark.
I'm going to turn to Amos and say, would you be able to take pictures in this light? If we went up to the gate and looked through?
If I have time to set up these bulbs, I can take some, yeah.
Oh.
But, yeah, we have to take them within the next hour.
Let's go.
So there's no residence nearby. It's all industrial.
Yeah, it looks like warehouses and stuff on either side.
Okay, so that explains that
It's
where a
industrial
church
area.
wouldn't necessarily be.
Mm-hmm. And also very easy to overlook. It did take you a while to find it.
So it's well hidden.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have to be looking for it.
Yes,
Very
specifically.
All right, well, I guess.
I get out of the car.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
as you all get out of the Packard, you do notice right away that just on top of the archway there are 2 ravens, and they're just standing up there, and both of them on top of the archway seem to be looking at you as you're exiting the vehicle.
Oh,
You as in us in general, or
Yeah, just
specific?
ravens. Just
Didn't we? Supposed Gullet have like? That was a. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a giant raven head thrown at my face.
These are normal-sized ravens.
Yes.
they're fairly large, but they're no bigger than.
Than a
Big
common
Murray.
raven. They're regular common ravens.
Great White North turkeys.
Well, I mean, they're not exhibiting anything outside normal raven behavior so far. They
Good,
do
so
look
far.
They do look into your souls pretty well.
Let's.
We walk past a raven,
Mm-hmm.
they stare right into you.
Yeah, food.
Basically.
No.
Anyway.
All right, so the gate, is there like a padlock on it? Or?
Okay, so as you walk on up to the gate, are you all walking on up together as a unit?
Yes.
I would like everyone to roll a willpower roll.
Oh gosh.
And it's going to be a hard willpower roll, so half of that or less.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I rolled a 38. My willpower is a 65, so half of that would be 32, so no.
Amos?
Did you say it's a hard?
Hard.
Oh, shit. 79 out of 40. Would have just barely been a regular one.
Althea has 41 out of 40.
Oh, that's the second time today.
so the hard for willpower is
So it's half.
35. I rolled an 84.
Okay, so everyone failed this roll.
No.
You, all as you're walking up and you're looking at the ravens and you're just about to get to the gate, you all feel a little tingling in the base of your spine. And you all slightly get like a headache, just really quickly. Very reminiscent of when you were approaching that stone on the Montgomery farmstead. The same feeling?
I look at the stone in my hand. Is there any difference?
No, there isn't. But as you're all just quickly just get this flash like a headache, you look over and Agatha's nose is bleeding.
Agatha.
And then just as quick as it comes, the headache goes away.
Oh, sorry guys.
I hand you a handkerchief.
Thank you, Marion. That's weird. I haven't gotten these in since Will's Gullet.
Take a picture of the birds.
Mm-hmm. And as you look up to take the picture of the birds now, there are now 7 ravens. All like 2 still above the archway, but there's 5 others just interspersed in the wall. They all seem to be looking at you.
Call me crazy, but I'm getting the idea. Could you imagine there was a motion picture of a growing flock of birds that attacked people? I feel like that would be a huge hit. Anyway, moving on.
You say very strange things.
That's true.
Is a group of ravens also called a murder, like crows are?
Or an unkindness.
And it's an unkindness of ravens.
It's a conspiracy of crows.
Oh, conspiracy. See? I was like, no, it's not murder. But it's something close.
Both of them could be called murders depending on what they're doing.
Is it crows or ravens?
It is ravens.
Oh, okay.
It's an unkindness of ravens if they're like muttering to each other.
Yeah.
Are they muttering to each other?
They all seem to be staring quite intently in your general direction.
Alright, if I start seeing invisible birds on someone's shoulder talking to them, I'm going to lose my mind.
I'm doing this roll
Haven't
wrong.
already. Are you
What?
taking photos?
Yes. I get closer to the gate. Does my head hurt more?
Okay, so is everyone else also moving closer to the gate with him?
Yes.
I want to look at the placard on the wall.
Sure, not a problem. Althea?
I'll just move closer to the gate and
Okay.
kind of just, looking around in general because it's getting dark and such.
Okay, so first off, you're in an industrial part of town, so there's the smell of grease and oil and smoke. It doesn't smell too good in this area, and generally it doesn't smell good in Boston at all during this time period. But as you move right up to the gate itself, you notice that that smell just completely goes away. You can't smell nothing. There is no smell,
Was there any
which is weird in an industrial area.
Yep.
Was there any activity as we were driving up here? Like we're in an industrial area. It's not like super late in the evening or anything, is it?
You do not notice. Now, as you were driving around trying to find the place, of course, you did see people working and stuff like that. But as you finally found this area, all the warehouses and stuff nearby, there was nobody working around them.
Do they appear
And the more you
to
think
still...
about it, they seem to be abandoned.
Okay.
How is this gate sealed?
It looks like it's slightly open,
What?
and it's literally just a latch that slots over. Now you could put a lock on it, but there is no lock.
Do I see any
There.
leftover chains or padlocks as if somebody was forced?
No, it just seems slightly open. And as you look through the gate, because you can't help but look through, you can see what appears to be a little path, and it's a very large lot. And this wall seems to circle all of it as far as you can see. It seems to go up slightly up a hill. Not a high hill, but slightly up on a slope. And you can just see a church off in the distance.
How far does it look to be? Actually, I'm not there. I'm at the placard.
I'll just take a picture of the winding path and the latch itself to look at later.
Looks to be about 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You go over to the placard, and it is just the number.
Oh, okay.
So 10125 Industrial Avenue.
Tell me we're in the wrong place. This is really creepy.
No, this is the right place.
Alright.
And in fact, I think the fact that it's creepy is further evidence that this is the right place.
I don't want that to be the case. All right. I push open the gate. I start going on in.
There's a loud squeak as the gate sort of resists where it's so rusty and everything else.
Yeah.
This creak.
So as it creaks, I kind of look at the ravens to see what the reaction is.
Nothing really. As you're closer to the gate and you look up at the ravens now, they seem to be looking at the car. Where you had left the car and they were looking at you. When you moved closer, they didn't focus on you walking away. They just focused on the vehicle. If you know what I mean, they're not looking down at you.
Yeah.
They're looking straight
Yeah.
ahead.
I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna have my Leanne field at the ready. I'm not taking no chances.
I find that odd. I want to go back to the car and see if I can draw the birds' attention. Not like throwing things at them. I just want to see if they're just not acknowledging us. I don't know. Curiosity's sake.
So you move back to the car, and it looks like now that there's 12 ravens, they all seem to be looking at you, standing next to the car.
If I move down the street, do they follow me?
No, they seem to be focused on the car.
Althea, I have a feeling like your car is going to need a good cleaning afterwards. I head back up the path.
It's usually the case whenever I use it, and I'll follow Amos.
It's unsettling, right? Like it's a very unsettling how these ravens are.
Yes, it is.
Would it be stupid if I shot a gun up in the air, like just to try and see if it'll spook them?
I can't really attest to the fact if that would be stupid or not.
I'm asking.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm asking. Sorry.
I would prefer if there's anybody here that they not know the potential here.
Or
That's
call
fair.
the police.
Yeah, that makes
That's
sense.
fair.
Let's just how big is the so this fence goes all the way around the church.
It's massive.
And the church 50 feet up a path.
Yep.
So it's a 50-foot radius of yard.
You can't really see on the other side to see if it goes back. Like, you don't know if it's a perfect circle.
Right. I see. Okay. I'll kind of look around the yard as we are walking up.
So you are entering the gate now then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Soon as you step inside, you all now realize that the smell of the industrial area is completely gone. There is no smell. There's nothing that smells out of the ordinary at all. Like, you can't smell anything.
Like, it doesn't even smell old. Like,
No, there
we passed
is-
a rusted gate into an old yard. Like,
Take a cigarette and it kind of smells.
Yeah, you can smell your cigarette as you put it under your nose.
Is there any
Not having a
sounds?
stroke.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. There is no sounds.
Oh, weird.
You don't hear anything out of the ordinary as well.
What's
Pick
the
up
yard like?
Fairly unkempt.
That makes sense.
A couple of different tombstones.
Oh.
Just in haphazard location, not like in a unified graveyard type of thing, but
Okay.
just a few.
Go up
On the path, there's some.
Read some of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk on up and to the first tombstone you see, and it's the name John Bartlett. There's a
I
born
jot down
date.
these names.
Yeah,
and
born
dates
date
and
and
things.
a death date, yeah. All fairly old, late 1800s, early 1900s. No real recent tombstones. Yeah, but from the few you see. The few that are legible.
I'll
Any
take.
from up in and up to 1912?
No, nothing past 1903.
I'll just take pictures of some of the collections of tombstones as we're going.
Sure.
Keep on progressing.
Sure. As you continue walking up to the church itself. So as you're walking up to the church, I need everyone to make an extreme spot hidden check.
Oh my god.
No, I would have made it normally with a 35, but that's not an extreme.
23 is almost a hard for me, but not an extreme.
No, this is a quite hard check.
69 out of 43.
13 out of 16.
Ooh.
Spot hidden?
It's for spot hidden.
Your
yeah.
spot hidden is...
My spot.
You said 13 out of 16.
16 is an extreme. For
Oh,
spot
okay,
hidden.
yes. So you did succeed.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So as you're walking up, you notice that everything here is really dreary, dingy. You look up and it's overcast, and you can't see the moon, and it's just... There's no real wind in here either, and it's just... Everything's sort of gray, but off to the side, near the wall, maybe 5 feet from the wall, maybe 30 feet to your right, you notice what looks to be a rose. Just a single rose bush, but just one bloomed rose.
I'm sorry, it's off to the side by the wall?
By the wall. Yeah, you can just see a single rose bloomed on a rose bush.
Do you draw attention to it?
I'm going to say I probably wouldn't draw attention to it. To me, it's just like it's an unkept garden. But it looks, you're right, probably out of place, but I probably wouldn't make any mention of it.
Okay.
All right, proceed closer. Have more ravens gathered?
As now you look back, there is no ravens on the wall.
No, they're probably on my car.
Yeah, that was like I said. All right, keep on going unless anything of particular visual appeal stands out in the yard on the way.
No, just really renowned. As you start cresting the hill, you can see that the lot progresses on the other side, around twice as far as the original.
Oh.
Jesus.
Mostly seems to be a field with a smatterings of tombstones, broken off and stuff in different little areas.
This is church.
Yeah.
I'll take a picture of the overall yard.
Yeah, and it also looks like maybe in the middle of behind the church, it looks like there's a fire pit set up, a stone fire pit.
Like right close to the back of the church or the middle of the yard of the church?
So where the church is to the back fence, the middle of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's odd. What do you think? Kids?
Are we going to... Should we investigate, like, the back of the church? Like, just around the perimeter of the church?
Well, it's
Yeah,
getting
I think so.
dark. I think let's stick to the yard's large enough. Let's stick to the yard and what we can see within the windows of the church for the first hour, and then reevaluate, leave, and come back at first light.
Is it pretty, like... Even though the grounds are unkept, like, you have clear line of sight. Like, if I was to move 30 feet away from the group, they'd still be able to see.
Yes,
Like,
they
there's
would.
no trees, nothing.
No, it's completely cleared out, right? It's clear cut.
All right. I'm going to meander towards where that rose is.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I'm gonna walk closer to the church, but stay in the yard.
Okay.
Just keep walking forward.
I'm going to join Marion in that, looking through windows and
Okay.
Yeah.
try and take pictures inside.
Okay.
Here.
So as the first thing you notice is, as I'll get to Agatha in a second, but Marion, Amos, and Althea, as you start moving closer to the church, you can see the large double doors. This is atypical to a lot of different churches, but it seems to be something. It looks to be a symbol in white paint. Looks to be white paint, marked on the door, and it's. It looks like the middle part is an eye.
Like an
That's,
eyeball eye? Or
Yeah,
okay.
but more like slitted, like a snake's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's not like Eye of Horus eye. It's
No,
more like,
somewhat like slitted like a snake's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's triangles, 3 different triangles
Yep.
surrounding it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean without the hypotenuse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's Dan
pause and
Piccioli.
I draw a copy of that symbol in my notebook.
I'll take a picture of it.
Sure.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Mhm.
We have 2 copies now.
Perfect.
And you once you're taking a closer look, it does look like it's paint because you can see it's not perfect. Like the paint is run down, like somebody.
How new
You
does
can
it
see.
look? Like, did someone paint it?
Chemistry?
Oh, okay. No,
It's
I'm
not
like,
dry. It's not wet.
Okay, but I'm just like, does it look like it's faded
Oh, it's not. No, it does not look like it's faded.
like
That's a fair
it's
question.
white.
Yeah, it's white. Yeah, it hasn't been faded.
So that is not 5 to 10 years old.
Well,
No, clearly not a check. Yeah, you wouldn't even need a check for that. No,
Okay.
you're correct.
Yeah.
Well, this definitely doesn't match everything else, does it?
It's unsettling at the very
As we go
least.
to Agatha, as they're all focused on the door. So Agatha,
Yes.
you maneuver
Fine.
on over to the rose,
Yep.
and as you get within 5 feet, and it just seems really out of place. This rose, but as you're looking at it, you get a sense of well-being.
Oh.
It's this beauty in this desolate, place.
Is it drawing me to it, or I just feel
Oh,
like
no, it's just, yeah.
Can I pick the rose? I'm gonna pick the rose.
That never ends well in fairy tales.
Oh, if a beast comes out and says you're mine forever, then
At
I've
least
clearly stepped into a wrong story somehow.
At least if a beast comes out and that happens, we know what's here.
So
Yeah.
you reach forward to the beautiful thing in this desolate place.
Yep.
And you pick it.
Yep.
And that sudden sense of well-being is completely gone.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
And as soon as you pick it, it just... roll a sanity check.
Of course you do.
How's the sanity check work again?
What's your sanity at?
Ah, okay. That's 100.
I really didn't try.
This was the last we ever saw of Agatha.
I tried not to laugh. I tried
Yeah, but
not
we
to
all
laugh.
failed. At not
I
laughing.
need you to roll me a d6.
Choose carefully, grasshopper.
Shit. 2.
2, so you lose 2 sanity.
What? Wow.
Because, failed roll, but it's still... And I upgraded it for the 00. It wasn't good. But as you pick it, it completely withers to your hand and just turns to dust. And not only do you lose this sense of well-being you had by looking at this beautiful thing, you get this intense feeling that nothing in the world is ever going to be beautiful again to you. Yeah. It's a horrible feeling.
Glad I failed that spot hidden.
Completely horrible feeling. Yeah. It still has the stem. So you still have the piece.
Oh, yay.
There's one thorn sticking off the side.
I think I'm going to, because you're saying I've been overwhelmed by this feeling.
Yes. But not
Probably.
enough to have a mental break, though.
No, but I think it would be enough that I would probably covet that stem, so I'm going to pocket it.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
And then I'll probably head back to where they are, probably a little bit disoriented.
How light is it out still?
It's getting dark.
I'm gonna light the lantern.
Okay. And you, Agatha, you arrive back at the door just as you're finishing taking the picture.
Yeah.
It takes a couple of seconds to set up.
Yeah.
I'll say, "Oh, Agatha, you're good with this sort of thing sometimes. Does this look like it's... Well, I imagine it probably is a cultist symbol, but have you ever seen this before?"
Can I use a cult?
Yes, you can. But actually, I would much prefer if you roll Cthulhu Mythos.
Oh.
Oh, damn!
What's your percentage? Because I know you have some.
4%.
Still, roll that.
Hey, that's
and
higher
if
than
that
my
fails,
chemistry.
you'll
I guess
roll a cult.
I have one. Do I have to roll that too?
21. I mean,
Now roll a cult.
if I could get that roll again, that'd be great. 30 out of 38.
Okay.
Or
Damn.
35, sorry. Or wait. No, 30 out of 30. Sorry, exactly 30. My bad, guys. All right, yep, I still succeed. Okay.
A win's a win, man.
Okay. Looking through occult, different occult books and stuff through research when you're at Danvers and stuff like that with people coming with different things. You remember seeing this symbol before and something to do with Egypt.
Of course.
Something to do with the newly found around the pyramids and stuff. But this year they did find a tomb that they're planning on looking into, and this was one of the symbols.
Oh, okay.
It's just you remember reading about it in the paper, you remember doing research before, and it's something to do with the snake eye. You're not really sure what it's about, but it seems to be a symbol of some kind of sect in Egypt. Or in Old Egypt.
Okay. It looks very familiar. Do any of you know about like current events that are going on? That tomb they found in Egypt.
Oh.
Not about any.
That any of the
Something
newspapers I was reading?
Yeah, it's been in the papers,
So I would have heard something about it.
but they haven't entered the tomb yet.
No.
Right? They've just found a tomb and they're planning on entering it.
I heard that there are several.
Yeah, there's a lot of archaeological
expeditions.
finds.
What
That's
about
true,
the other
but
side of the
this
world?
one, it's like supposedly hasn't been entered. Something no?
No, nobody knows.
Oh,
yet.
nobody
They
knows
haven't
actually what it
entered
is?
the tomb.
Oh, I thought they had the. I thought
They might, but
Historical
they're
is
not
the-
entirely sure that this is the actual tomb.
cut that up.
Althea has archaeology, though it's like a bit low. Is there anything I can roll, or is it something that...
Sure, roll archaeology.
Watch me get 100.
That's not bad.
27 of 21, so it's a
Huh.
fail.
Yeah. Basically, just from looking at it, it seems to be some old symbol for a religious sect from Egypt.
From Egypt, okay. So
That's pretty much. It's just that the symbols were known from all the research trying to find these tombs and stuff like that. It's not that it's directly tied to it. It's just that.
it's just an Egyptian
Yeah.
symbol. It's an Egyptian symbol of
Yeah.
something back then.
Yeah.
Strange place for it. I'm gonna start walking around to the back of the church.
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Marion.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go with this ball.
Sure.
Or maybe I'll try going around the other way and try looking in through some windows. And stuff
Sure.
like that.
Perfect. Okay. So Marion, Amos, and Agatha, you start walking around the right side of the church.
Okay.
Just looking around, camera at the ready.
Look at the windows.
You can't. You see some stained glass windows and stuff like that. But any window that you could look in looks to be boarded up from the inside, so you can't see.
Of course. Of course. Okay.
It doesn't end. Is it like a gravel path we're walking on?
Yeah, it's like a little gravel path
Okay.
that's running around the church itself.
Are we still in agreement that we don't enter the church until light tomorrow?
That does seem like a good idea.
All right, let's complete our look around the building itself and then head out for the day.
Is there anything unusual about the fire pit and stuff?
Are you
like
going into the back?
Or
Because this is in the back, like
yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Back
not
of the
direct.
church.
It's not directly behind the church.
Well, let's
It's around 25
let's
feet.
meet
or
Althea
30
at the
feet.
back of the church, and then we'll see where we're at, and maybe that'll be the last stop we make.
Okay, that's fair.
So, Marion, Amos, and Agatha, as you're walking around, you're trying to look in windows you can't see in. You can look off in the distance. It's not super far, but it's getting dark out.
Yeah.
Like dark out. Althea, walking by yourself around the left side of the church, I would like you to make a listen check, please.
Okay.
Shit. Never split the party. Never split the party. We split the party. We killed her.
No. That's 67 out of 20. So, that's a fail. Oh, come on.
Warming up some dice. Oh.
It's still daylight. Everyone knows monsters only come out at night. That's what I tell myself.
Sure, you keep believing that.
I'm just rolling some dice here for a particular reason.
Oh, that's what he says for a particular reason.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, whatever.
Always love it when when the keeper gets to roll dice. It's always great.
No.
Gatekeeper.
No.
With the keymaster.
Oh my god.
Page master.
Fair enough. We'll get back to you in a second.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
As Marion and Amos and Agatha, you get to the back of the church, and just as Amos says, we'll just wait for Althea. You wait a minute. You wait 5 minutes.
God damn it.
She was walking around the church, wasn't she?
I go to the side of the church that we let her go by herself to.
I
I
follow
don't
him.
know why I didn't think about it.
You notice on the left-hand side of the church, there's one of the entrances to like a cellar.
Oh.
But you also do not see Althea anywhere.
Is the cellar door open?
No, it is not.
I
Is
just
it
wanted
locked?
to look in through some windows, man.
Is it locked?
Yeah.
So you go over to it, and you start rattling it, and it comes out a little bit, but then it stops. Like, it's not locked. There's something pushed through the handles on the other side, so you can't open it.
So it's barred from the
It's
inside.
barred from the inside, but not a lock. Is
Yeah.
my point.
Yeah, someone was...
Alright.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to use... What skills have I got that can help look for people that I know have disappeared?
Sleuthing?
Althea, can you roll a d10 for me, please?
No.
10!
9. What would everyone like to do?
What does that mean?
Let's...
It's a clock.
Oh, okay. Are there... I'm going to call out for her.
Okay.
Althea? Are you there? Hello?
You get no reply.
I'm going to take pictures, but also actively using the flash to light up the area at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are there any trace of footprints on the path?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for too. Is there any what would be the best role to for tracking or whatever, seeing if there was a scuffle evidence?
I believe track is a skill, isn't it? Unless they...
Track is
Oh,
a
track
skill.
is a skill.
Track.
Okay, for some reason I have no. As a private investigator, you'd think I have skills in tracking, but I missed that on the skill list. So
Do you have
there
any in
go.
survival? You might need those soon.
Yeah, no, 83 out of 10. That's nothing. I got
Well,
nothing.
I'll also roll track. I don't have it either, but I'll roll it. 35 out of 10.
Oh god.
Can I roll a spot hidden?
Sure.
Why is there a countdown?
It takes a certain period of time to do certain actions.
60 out of 36.
Okay, so you do a spot hidden. What would Agatha and Amos like to do?
I'll also do a spot hidden.
I'm gonna start with the track and then I'll do a spot hidden.
Okay, so
because
track
I haven't
first.
done track.
Yeah, do the track first.
Nope, that's a 79.
So
So,
spot hidden.
and then spot hidden.
Okay.
Oh, that's an 89. So no, I failed.
Spot hidden.
22 out of 43.
Okay, so did anyone make their spot hidden other than Amos?
No.
So
Why
yes,
is it going down?
so it's something I've stolen from something else.
Why is there a timer?
I just think it adds pressure.
There's pressure! There's fucking pressure!
You do notice, not with track, but with the spot hidden, there's a sort of a small line of
I know.
a small line of blood around 10 feet away from the front of the church,
Jesus
toward
Christ.
the front of the church. And it looks like in the mud there, like the shape of maybe that somebody had fallen.
Oh no.
And you can see slight drag marks from there to the cellar.
I want to take the butt
I take
of my
pictures.
Lee Enfield
Thanks, man.
and I want to
Crime scene.
try and break that cellar door.
Fair enough. Strength check.
That's a what?
Strength check. Because you're trying to use brute force to break something
right.
open.
Nope, that's a 97 out of 60.
Oh.
You can keep trying to.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
but-
gonna join her in that.
Okay, so as she's doing it, you're also.
58 out of 65?
58 out of 65.
Yeah.
So you give it a clever whack, and you can hear the sound of something slightly breaking, but it doesn't break open. You know what I mean? You don't break all the way in.
Yeah.
Can it pull open now?
I have a question. Is it hinged on the outside?
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot the
I was
hinges
gonna
off.
say you got shots.
I'm gonna shoot
Take
the
'em.
hinges off.
Let's just say it takes you around to blow the hinges off.
Okay, the hinges are off.
Okay.
Pull up
Yeah,
the door.
so you basically with the Lee Enfield and the pistol, you managed to break off the hinges on
putting it
one
down in case something jumps up
on
at
one
us.
side. It'll
Yeah.
still require a strength check. Just on one side.
Okay.
Still requires a strength check to sort of lift up to move the door
For
up the
both of
bar.
us?
31 out of 65.
Yeah. And
Well, oh yeah, no, that was 16 out of 60. So yeah.
so you managed to break it off the
Pull it off.
because basically you broke the hinges and now there's a bar on the
Yeah.
other side and you managed to rip the door off the bar. So you're looking down, it looks like stone steps
Yep.
leading down underneath the church itself.
Blood's going down then?
I can't hear you.
There's a blood path that goes down the steps?
There's drops of blood, yes.
Okay. I will... You want to stay behind us there?
I'll
Marion,
take.
with the
I'll
light?
hold the rear.
All right.
I'll take up your. I'll be behind you. Yeah.
Fuck. Oh my god, even that... what is... Not thinking on that.
You're wondering why you didn't think ahead? I'm wondering if I still have one.
All right, we go down the stairs.
I might be eating.
Okay, so who's leading?
Is it single file? Can two people shoulder to shoulder go down?
No.
Okay,
I'm
I'll
gonna say
has
it's
to be
you,
first.
me, and then Mary.
Especially to
Maybe
slip
I
into
should
the
not
first
be last
side.
because I'm the only one without a weapon.
I don't think anybody can go behind you.
I'm just thinking that if I am in the middle, then the light is closest to
Yeah.
the person in front.
Why don't you
Okay,
take up the rear?
All right, then.
Okay, I'll go first. We'll go in that marching order.
Okay, so the moment you step into it, you hear the sound of a gunshot. See, the steps go down maybe around
Yeah.
10 feet, and then looks like it goes into some room. You can just see the flash of a gun from 15 feet, 20 feet away. Go off as you walk down
Is that in our general direction?
at you. So it's
Motherfucker. The lanterns here, they're flammable. Like they're fired, not electric.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So what happens is, just where your head is, just as you're ducking down to get in, hits the wall next to you. A bullet, and you just turn your head as stone shards shoot at the side of your face.
Who's there?
It's initiative.
Ah,
Which is not
Okay.
rolling, it's literally based on
dexterity
your dexterity.
purely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is Marion,
Yeah.
who's still not into the tunnel, because she was...
Yeah.
So the light doesn't shine.
Fucking
well.
Christ! Bullet goes off.
Okay.
Oh yeah, before I forget.
Fucking, why is there a counter?
Yes, so it goes down to 4. The counter goes down to 4.
From 10. It
From
was
10.
Originally from 10.
I'm kind of
Oh
glad
my
I
God.
rolled 10. I thought it was going to be really bad, but it turns out that was the one good thing I rolled on.
It actually was a really
Yeah.
good thing.
Okay.
Okay, what are you gonna do there, Marion?
Okay. Okay, so Amos is already down the stairs, or he just kind of
No, that's soon as he ducked into the half of the
Then I'm
the
gonna
cellar door.
I'm gonna grab the back of his collar and just pull.
Okay, and you pull him back.
Yeah.
You sort of just fall in it. Dexterity check. I'll be fair.
Oh.
I'll call it a dexterity check.
That was the cock. Look. 2.
2%. Yeah, so you're not. So basically, as she grabs and pulls you, you manage to put your leg back and stay on your feet, and sort of just hop back
Yeah.
because she's still pulling you back.
We brought more than one lantern, correct?
Yes. Yes. 'cause
Potentially
I
in the
had
car.
one.
Oh, you have a lantern on you as well.
Because you went to go look at the.
We went and grabbed a bunch.
I went to go and yeah, I think I said I brought.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I
So you grab him and pull back. Anything
Yeah.
else?
And then I just sort of I duck down to the ground.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fall prone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hit the deck.
And then we move to Agatha.
Did I see where the shooting came from?
You did see where the flash, because you're right behind
Right.
Amos. So as Marion came... let me get the order straight. Amos was first, you were second, Marion was second.
Marion was
Marion was
second.
second. Perfect. So what happened is, you did see the flash, because it's dark down there and it's unmistakable, the location. And then when Marion grabbed Amos and pulled him back, and he stayed low because he was ducking down to get in and jump back, but then when Marion jumped low, you have a clear line of sight. Because Marion went prone, and Amos is a bit to the side.
I want to shoot towards the flash. Oh, no.
Go ahead.
I've either killed you or I've saved you. That is a 19 out of 65.
Damn!
What is... Yeah.
So that's a
My
hard
extreme
success.
would be 16, so
Yeah,
not
yeah,
quite.
close.
Not quite, but yeah. That area. Althea, if I get you to make a luck... No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking, people. I would like you to roll damage for your weapon, though, as you hear somebody scream out.
Damage. Oh.
Yeah, you shot somebody.
So when I forgot how to do this.
Shot a motherfucker.
So you roll
Shot
2d6
somebody.
plus 4.
And then, okay, so
And let's not forget that most people's average hit points is 10. 2d6 plus 4.
that's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh, you killed him.
13.
That
So
would
you hear...
have killed me.
You killed me.
You...
Could have killed me.
I'm lowering the timer down to 3.
Oh no!
Why?
As you hear somebody scream out in like blood curdling, and then a thump. And then a thump as somebody hits the ground. You hear just blood curdling.
Oh wow, that's quite the death sound.
Yeah, plop to the ground.
What have you done?
Well,
Shot the guy that shot me.
It's either us or them. So actually,
I stand up.
But there's only I don't know if there's any other people down there though.
Well, is there any more to your turn there? Or are we still in initiative?
Oh yeah, are we still on initiative?
Amos is next.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna point the gun with the left hand. I'm gonna grab. I apologize. I'm gonna grab the lantern from Marion and then kind of. Is it directional? Is it a directional lantern? No, it's just a standard like
It's just
gas.
it's just a standard lantern.
All right, and I try to see what I can see in the room.
Okay, so basically you're still at the top of the stairs.
I'm gonna go back downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you come on down the stairs, and you notice that it sort of opens up into a little anteroom, and then there's a door. So, but as you're shining the light down, you can see somebody in some kind of black robes, just with half of his liver and blood sprayed against the door itself from the explosion of a Lee Enfield going through him, and a body on the floor, and the person looks like to have a 38.
Yeah. Althea.
And there's a door.
Althea.
Oh yeah, just calling out her name.
I go straight across towards that.
I would like Althea to make a hard Constitution check at this point.
Oh no.
It's better than not making a check.
This is true.
You get the option.
No, 69 out of 11. Or 27.
I was gonna say,
Oh,
whoa.
I was like, holy God.
11's my extreme. 27
You don't want
is
to
hard.
burn like 40 luck,
Well,
do you?
even if it was a normal check, I still failed it. So
Fair enough.
Can I roll? Do I have to roll anything to see if I see her in this room?
Well, no. So basically, the stairs lead down. Okay. And
We're in a big room. that only has one
well, it's not a
exit.
big room. It's like an empty. So it's a small room, maybe 10 feet by 15 feet.
Oh, I see.
And against the wall is a door leading into another room potentially, but the door is closed. And in the center of this room is a person in black robes down on the floor.
I'm looking at it right now. Is it a push or a pull door?
It's a pull door.
I'm gonna follow him downstairs.
Sure.
All right, get that land field ready there, Missy.
I'm totally doing that. You have no problems
3,
there.
2.
I'm.
Wait, are we
before
going
they do
through the
that, I'm gonna
doors?
steal the gun from the dead guy.
Yeah. So you reach down and
Yep.
you grab the 38.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, armed. All right, ready?
Don't know how to shoot it.
If
Are you gonna
Althea's
open and
gone,
I
we gotta
shoot?
get her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna take
Well,
the. I'm gonna
wait
take.
to shoot in case it's Althea on the other side.
That's
I'm
right.
gonna take the lantern back from you.
Yeah.
And the
you-
timer goes down to 2.
you
I
s-
pulled the door open.
Okay.
I
I was gonna open the door because you had a gun. Okay.
I have a
She
gun
got,
as
she
well.
got a better gun.
Okay, cool.
All right.
What did you put away to open the door?
I gave her
Lantern.
the lantern.
Done.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I'm standing pressed against the against the wall so that
So
if
she
whoever
opens the door,
when
you're-
the door opens, like whoever's through the door can't see me.
Okay. So you pull open the door, and immediately inside, you can see to be. Trying to find the best way to describe this. Just a chamber underneath the church. It's not like it's separate. It's like the basement of the church, and looks to be a fairly large room, maybe 30 feet by 30 feet. And there looks to be bookcases on the walls and stuff like that. But in the center of the room, there's like a stone slab, and Althea is on the slab. And there seems to be blood running down the side by her head, and she seems to be unconscious, but that's not the most pressing thing for you at the moment. There is light in this room. You can see a couple of lanterns hanging off the side that brightens up the room. You see some desks and stuff around as well. But you also see another figure in a black robe standing over Althea with the stone slab between you and him, standing over Althea, and he seems to have some kind of knife in his hand, and he's just...
I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah, can we both just shoot him?
Yeah,
Is
you
that a
both
thing?
can take a shot
Okay.
if you'd like.
Oh, whose turn?
Now,
is it
let's be
first?
fair. You're looking and you can see stone slab, Althea, and him hunched over her from the other side.
It's a close shot.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just don't roll badly like I did last time. 2% is pretty good.
Huh.
18 out of 65.
Okay. I would...
I love these dice.
I'm telling you, man, I'm not playing it any more than this
Nope.
one.
I would like you to roll your damage for the weapon. And I would like Amos to roll... So what is the damage of your weapon?
D10 plus 2.
D10 plus 2?
Yeah.
Now it's 2d10 plus 2.
Huh.
So roll 2d10. You have had an
Oh.
extreme success. It's called an impale. And how much damage do you do?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
21.
Holy crap.
21 points of damage.
You rolled a 10 and a 9.
10 and a 9 plus 2. Yeah.
He did.
East. Between them eyes, though.
Okay? So basically, you shoot him in the arm that he had the knife in, and he drops the knife.
Okay.
But that's less pressing to him, as half of his skull splatters against the bookcase behind, and just immediately drops to the ground. Once again, Althea, I'm going to call for a hard Constitution check.
I'm gonna look into the room. Are there any other people other than Althea?
None that you can see.
And then I'm gonna run up to Althea.
88 out of 27, so fail.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh my god.
So as you move into the room, some of the things you notice, like I said, all around is bookcases, and it seems like an altar, like a stone slab in the center here. But as you move in, off to the side, that was like off to the right as you enter in toward Althea, anyone who moves in can't help but notice there's a large like book holder, like you'd see in church when people read off of.
altar?
It's not
No,
really. It's like a pedestal, but it's
Yeah.
There's a name for it, but
I know there's a name
it doesn't
for it,
need to
but
be
it's-
that exact. But it's basically, you know,
Eat.
yeah, like a large book stand that has.
It's just like a stone dais for a book.
Yeah, there we go. Stone dais for a book. There we go. Perfect. Well, and you see a massive tome. A massive, I say, around 2 feet. Well, 3 feet by 2 feet. Closed. And there's something, just as you're quick glance at it, there's something wrong with the cover. You can't really place it as you move toward Althea.
Is she tied down at all?
No. She's just unconscious. It looks like,
Is she
well,
noticed-
first aid or medicine will give you more.
First aid it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is my first aid? There it is. Ooh, 20 out of 30.
Put a tick next to first aid.
That's my first tick
You
on first
do
aid.
notice that it looks like she has had a blow to the back of her head. Maybe from a blackjack
Oh, wow.
or a sap.
Eesh.
Or just a hard object.
Yeah.
She seems to start, as you start checking her out, she seems to start coming to.
Althea, can you hear me?
You do. You're a bit groggy, but you're you.
I feel... Hello, we're here. Do you know where you are?
While she's waking her up, I'm gonna come up with what the fuck.
And the countdown goes down to 1. I
I'm gonna
never said
come
it
up-
had to do with Althea.
I'm gonna go up to the book.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm basically gonna look down every single hallway I can.
Okay, so basically, this is the basement of the church. The seems like it takes up most of the bottom.
Yeah.
Off to the on the right, you saw the stone dais, with the large tome on it and the bookcases and everything else around. And on the left, it looks like there's stairs leading up into the church itself.
Fine.
But that's off to the left.
Fantastic. When I run up to the altar to join Marion and Althea, I'm gonna kind of look down, see if I can find any other cultists, and be like, "Okay, let's pick her up and let's get back to the car now."
All right, let's go. She needs a doctor as quickly as possible.
Yeah, actually. Yeah.
So, is she
Agatha, you got
conscious
that
now?
tome?
I'm gonna grab. Okay, I'm gonna. You, of course, you're gonna send the already half crazy person get it.
Yeah, again.
I'm gonna go and grab the tome because I'm like a short person that can totally carry something that's 3 foot by 2 feet.
It's a big book, but
What's your strength?
60.
Okay, fine. You get your gun. I'll take the tome.
Thank you. All right, great, fantastic, great idea. So
Who's
I'm going
carrying Althea? Can she walk?
barely.
Okay.
She needs
She's
assistance.
disoriented. She's her, but she's disoriented.
All right, so I'll support you, and we're gonna start walking out of here.
I'm gonna help support, but I'm gonna have my dominant arm for shooting, like ready with the gun just in case we get.
Can I underarm the tome? Am I able to put it there and then have the gun
Okay,
in the
so
one
you
hand?
go over and there's this massive tome and it's closed. It seems like the cover's like patchwork. Is the easiest way to put it. Looks to be like leather,
All right.
and it seems to be just patchwork all around. And as you grab it, I need you to make a willpower roll.
Oh,
Or a
no.
power, is it just called power?
Power, yeah.
A power roll.
36 out of 80.
Okay, so you grab it.
Yeah.
And it's even it's deceptively heavy even for the size of it. But you do manage
Jesus.
to you do what's your strength?
65.
What's your power?
80.
Yeah. So you do manage to just pick it up and you need to hold it. You can't put it under your arm because it's too big.
huge.
It's huge.
All right. So I can't.
It's the size of a hobbit.
So I can't wield the gun at the same time. All right, let's just motor out of here and run to the car.
Yep, basically.
Good. Yep.
Pitch going.
Going
Okay.
going
so
to the antechamber and up
so you
the cellar
grab the
stairs.
book up
Yeah.
and you start running. You start maneuvering with the book. I need you to make a dexterity check as everyone starts leaving.
Me or all of us?
Just you. Marion, are you helping Althea then?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I
if
think
I'm,
both of us are.
yeah, but I'll help her more if you Agatha need to like want to take the lead with a gun or something.
26 out of 45.
26 out of 45. So you do manage to keep on your feet as you move around 10 feet away from the stone dais. That you come to an abrupt stop with the book in hand. And as just this, and you hear this clink. And on the back of the book, into the binding, there's a loop that's connected to a chain that's connected to the stone dais.
How thick is the chain?
Inch.
Oh, is it? So it's too thick to shoot through then.
Yeah, that's a thick chain.
Well, I mean, the link itself is an inch.
Yeah, that's still too thick to shoot through.
Yeah. How close am I to the guy whose head I just blew off?
He's just outside into the antechamber now.
No, the one who was about to stab Alice.
Oh no, you're probably right next to. You're within 5 feet of him.
Can I quickly check his body if there's a key? Does it look like there's a lock or a way to just remove the chain?
Yeah, as you go, just take a quick look at the stone dais. It looks like there is actually the chain itself is part of the book, and it's locked
to the dais itself.
To the dais itself.
Can I check to see if he's got
Sure.
a key?
Okay, so during this time, has everyone left?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I guess we would have. didn't we?
Okay, so Amos, you're down here by yourself.
All right. It's nice knowing
Okay.
everybody.
Okay.
Take a number.
Amos, are you coming?
I'm gonna.
If you know what, let's do it this way. If I grab the chain and I stop and they still keep going, because if they're gonna keep moving, I will drop the book and I will chase after them with the gun. I'm gonna leave the book. If it was one of those things where, because how far into the room is the slab, the stone slab?
The slab is in the center.
Yeah, how far away from the antechamber door is that?
10 feet?
10 feet. Oh, so it's not that.
Well,
okay.
15 feet. It's a 30 feet by 30 feet room. So it'd be smack dab in the middle, it'd be 15 feet.
And how far does the chain go?
10 feet, so 5 feet away from the slab, which is why.
Oh,
5
so
feet
I
away
have
from
to
the-
go back to. I have to go back ways. Okay, no, I would just drop the book and I'm going to pull the gun.
Okay.
Follow
So as you come to an abrupt
getting out
stop,
of here
you
is more
drop the
important
book.
to me than dealing with whatever the fuck New England wants.
And to make it clear, we're going back the way we came, right?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
not going
Yeah.
up the stairs. Okay, I just want to make sure.
I was gonna say because I thought the chain was just like it only went tink and I was still there, but if I went, 10
Yeah, it was
feet,
10 feet.
Yeah,
Because
drop the book.
the chain, like it.
Right, I know I would drop the book
Yeah.
and I would leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's tomorrow.
Yeah, where is there?
Well, I'm hoping.
As the countdown goes from 1 to 0.
Fuck.
And as you're leaving the cellar, and I guess on your way back to the vehicle, you hear the bell, the church bell, start ringing.
That could only be bad. All right. To the car.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
You can drive, right?
I mean, every person can drive.
I
right?
have drive auto.
I don't. Okay.
I can drive.
So I get into the back seat with Althea.
I'll drive.
You seem to be
I'll-
snapping even more out of it. Like you seem to be coming more to yourself. Around halfway through the vehicle, you find your legs.
Yeah.
You know, concussions are never a good thing.
No.
But I mean, you.
I'll take the passenger seat with a gun.
You'll take shotgun.
Literally. Well, no.
Well, it's not a
I'll
shotgun.
take
Yeah,
the
so you
distance.
leave and you
pistol.
all hop into the car.
Are the ravens all over the car?
No,
Do I have to use drive auto still? Or no?
not if you're just driving.
Okay.
That's if something.
Once we get to the car, do I see anyone coming down from the church?
So, you notice as you look up as you're just about to hop into the car, that one of the church doors is open, and you can just see dark, like it's black inside.
There's no room for somebody to hide in the car once we're in it, is there? Is that one of those movies? All right,
Somebody
get
check
in the
the
car and
trunk.
let's drive back home.
Oh, we're peeling.
And of
out
course,
there.
as you're running down, the bells just keeps ringing. The church bells keep ringing, calling you home.
No, we're going the opposite direction. We're
Yeah.
leaving it.
Yep.
Yep. No, driving
Sure.
like a mad person.
What a coincidence.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
As you start heading to
Back to the
Back to
mansion.
Goodyear
back
home.
to the mansion.
Yeah.
Well, on the plus side, unless they decide to move it, we know where the book is.
right. That's a plus side. Just like.
How are you feeling?
Maybe I've been drinking the shittiest whiskey I own for a week.
Great.
Well, then let's go and get
Drink
you
some
the best
more.
with
Do you remember
whiskey.
what happened?
You remember walking along the side of the left side of the church, seeing if you could see in any mirrors. Mirrors. Of course not. Yes, you can look in and see yourself. No, seeing if you could look in any of the windows, but they were all boarded up and everything else. And just as you were walking around, you saw like the cellar door up ahead, but one of the doors was open. And unless the next thing you felt, the next thing you sort of remember, because everything gets hazy from the moment you see the cellar door open, is the taste of dirt is sort of the next feeling, and after that it's just waking up.
Thank you for listening to this episode of The Call. Our next episode of The Call will air Tuesday, July 30th. In the meantime, Tuesday, July 23rd is the next episode of Spacers, our Starfinder actual playcast. The game system used today was the Call of Cthulhu 7th Edition by Chaosium. Music, sound effects, and ambient tracks licensed through Triune Films, Video Copilot, and Sirenscape. You can find all Twisted Gear Studios' podcasts on YouTube, Google Play, Apple Music, and Spotify. Please follow and like Twisted Gear Studios on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Twisted Gear. Your players this evening were Janessa Coles, Lindsay Delansky, Zach Barrett, and Elizabeth Wells. Your audio operator tonight was Rob Hickey, and your GM, or Keeper, this evening was Derek Snow. If you happen to be in the Fort McMurray area, you can find me at Tavern on Main every Monday at 7:30 p.m. for trivia. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll see you next time.